Hi everyone, it's Justine and this is episode 2 of my new video series about color. The first episode was about learning to recognize warm versus cool hues. If you've missed it, it's linked here in the corner and down below in the video description. But now today is about building a color palette for your wardrobe if your undertone is warm. Logically, the next episode will be the same thing, but for cool undertones. However, I do recommend that you watch both because I'm going to share different methods and give you different tips in each one. And also, even if you already know which side, which temperature you lean towards, it's still good to train your eye to see color. So don't skip this one or the next one. They all belong together and they all make sense together in this series. In this episode, I will show you a whole range of warm hues so that you have a ton of options, and then we'll consciously pick some to create sort of a more wearable color palette. You could want to wear the entire color wheel, the entire rainbow. That would be absolutely fine by me. But I know from experience that people tend to also want some neutrals in there, for instance. And in all fairness, with neutrals, it's easier to mix and match your clothes together. You'll see what I mean. Let's get into it. What are the warm colors? Last time we said warm is the range where you find red, orange, yellow, tending towards green. But as you can see, pure hues are tough on the eye and it's a lot of contrast. They're not easy to combine in an outfit. So instead of using pure hues, I will be using combinations. Coral red is between red and orange. It's a warm red. Peach is pretty close to these two. A mustard yellow is a mix of orange and yellow. Acid green, sort of like a Granny Smith apple, if you know what I mean. That's a green where some yellow was added, so it's a warm green. And the warm range ends here. Each of these three is a mix of two pure, pretty warm hues. Right now you might already like or dislike some of these. That's your first learning, make a note of this. These are great options for an accent, for a pop of bright color within an outfit. But you might want the rest of the outfit to be a little bit less bright, a bit less in your face, to have sort of a more balanced color palette overall. That's when we start playing with the intensity. To give myself more options, I can make the intensity of my hues vary. Instead of the word intensity, you might also have heard chroma or saturation. They're basically synonymous, no big deal. To reduce the intensity of my hues, I'm adding black to them to tune them down. Red turns into a Bordeaux, like what I'm wearing today, haha. My coral turns into a coffee brown. Orange turns into an earthy brown. Mustard becomes another pretty nice brown. Yellow becomes a sort of khaki. And our acid apple green, warm green, becomes this camouflage green. Note that this palette I'm starting to get is a winter color palette. In winter, people tend to like to wear more muted colors rather than super bright ones. Feel free to challenge the norm though, I'm all for it. Conclusion, if you take the tuned down version of everything I've shown so far, you will have a color palette that is guaranteed to be harmonious because they're all warm and they all contain black. So if you want to stop right there, you've got your color palette and you're done. Or you keep fine-tuning to get a more complex, sophisticated or elaborate color palette. If you do want a little bit of brightness in your color palette, you can take some of the tuned down cards, or most cards in that range, and then one or two from the brighter range. For instance, I pick Bordeaux plus coffee brown among the tuned down cards, plus a bright coral as my color accent. Second example, camouflage green plus two earthy browns plus yellow. When you see the cards ordered like this, it makes sense that of course Bordeaux and earthy browns and coral are gonna look good together because they're all in the same team, in the same corner. And yet you rarely see people who have these colors combined together in a wardrobe, and it's a pity. So this video is a hidden coup. I want to influence people into wearing more colors. Conclusion, for a balanced color palette, it's always a smart idea to combine some tuned down hues with brighter ones. It gives your wardrobe more depth and it looks more sophisticated. And also, the warmer your undertone is, the more you'll be able to rock really bright, saturated, high chroma colors. Whereas if you know that you are kind of warm, but not that much, you'll feel naturally attracted to more tuned down hues. Up to you to keep some color accents in there. Another strategy is to build up or to go deeper within one area within the warm range. For example, I say I like earthy tones, I feel comfortable in that area here. Right now I have 2 cards on the table, but there are many more in between these. The options are infinite, literally. You could have many different earth tones in your palette, thus you'd be going deeper in the earth tone area, and then you just add a few contrasting options, red and orange, or coral, or something in between these. In this case, and I recommend you try that too, I'm using these earthy tones as my neutral basis. And I have not needed white, black, or gray yet. These are coming in another episode. And if your undertone really is on the warm side, by the way, browns are a much better neutral for you than black is. They will make your face and your skin pop a lot more. Next point, let's not forget metals. If you're in the brown range, within the warm range, you'll also enjoy adding copper and bronze to your wardrobe. They're not as easy to find as earthy colors in clothing shops, but you will see them everywhere in the accessory shops. Jewelry, shoes, handbags, hats, etc. If you're more in the yellow area of the color wheel, you'll find that amber and gold look very flattering on you. Basically, metals and metallic colors have that shine, which gives your wardrobe texture and depth versus flat colors that clothes usually have. So do play with that as well in your color palette. What about makeup now? Typically, makeup is the moment where you can add a pop of color if you've kept your outfit quite muted so far. Typically, red lipstick is an issue because there are cool reds and warm reds. Wait, what? Now I'm saying that red can also be cool. So far, we did look at warm reds that tend towards orange, but you could also add some blue to your red and you'd be getting a cool red on the color wheel. I will dive deeper into how to make a hue warm or cool so that it works for you. That will be in the next episode of this series when we tackle cool undertones. Until then, I recommend that you watch my video about lipsticks, because in there I unpack all my red lipsticks, I swatch them on my arm, and then I rank them from the coolest to the warmest and a neutral red in between. So that after you've watched that video, you'll be a red pro and also a lipstick pro. It's linked here and also down below in the video description for you. If you learned something new in this video, thumbs up, thank you very much. The next episodes will go live within the coming weeks, so if you're following this series on color, don't forget to subscribe to this channel before you go watch something else. Some questions for the comments now. Among the hues and combinations that you saw today, which ones were your favorites? Do you like more the reds, the yellows? Do you like the brighter hues? Or are you rather attracted to the more tuned down ones where I did some black? What does your personal taste or your personal color palette look like right now before we've even added the neutrals? I'd love to know. And then I wish you a lovely week. I will see you soon in a new video. And until then, take care. Bye.